discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. This week, we watched the June 23rd, 1997 edition of Raw is War, and the match card is as follows. We have Ken Shamrock taking on Rockabilly in our opening match. The Godwins take on the Legion of Doom in a tag team tournament match. Flash Funk takes on Sabu, visiting from ECW. Mankind takes on the British Bulldog in a rematch from a couple weeks ago. For the Intercontinental Championship, we have a first for the show, as well as for Monday Night Raw. We have a triple threat match between Owen Hart, Triple H, and Goldust. In a light heavyweight match, we have Ryan Christopher taking on Scott Taylor, and in our main event is another tag team tournament match between the Nation of Domination and the odd couple of Vader and the Undertaker.
I for real forgot they were on the same or under the same management.
No, 100%.
Because I thought as soon as Undertaker came back, Daddy Paul was like, forget my stepchildren.
Right.
This is my true-born son.
Well, really and truly, that's what it's been. And so now it just kind of feels like Paul just bought a new restaurant. It's under new management. And
he took Vader out of storage.
100%. He's just trying to pop that brand name everywhere.
Fully. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome everybody. For those of you who are new here, this is my co-host Kelsey. She is the new and new to wrestling, and I am Xavier. Oh. Not so new. How are we doing? Today's a good day. Because, or at least it was a pleasantly I had a pleasant surprise today. The trailer for Real Housewives Salt Lake City today.
Oh my god, I was like, where is he going with this? Oh my god.
And absolutely nowhere on topic, but we'll get into everything in 2.5 seconds. But honestly, if you love drama, you love friendships, betrayal, I don't know why you wouldn't segue into that just swimmingly. So
he's trying to get that Bravo sponsorship out here. Oh my god. He's like, if you like drama, 100%. If you like friendships being destroyed,
I am not above prostrating myself for Andy Cohen to get some coin. Absolutely not.
You know what? And respectfully, go off. Wow, that is so funny. I was like, you were like, something amazing happened today. I was like, he didn't even tell me what happened today. What? So funny.
Honestly, because I thought of it. It popped into my head and I had to say it.
Yeah, good for you. Love that for you.
Thank you.
Tiny joys, reason to live juice.
Just a few more miles.
Jesus. Right.
So we're gonna get into this one. So the Nation of Domination comes out to give us some explanation, because when we saw the Nation last, they had been fired and we had been promised new members. So we met one of them pretty early on, and then we were left with our mysteries, who was going to be the last member of the Nation of Domination. Turns out it is our boy Ahmed Johnson, who said, if you can't beat them, join them. So
period. I knew it.
The new Nation of Domination left us last week atop the stage, fists raised, with a lot of questions. So here they come out. Fits on point. They came out looking like a nation. They said, no, we're gonna get this branding right now.
Yes. I mean, and you know what? I love to see it. I love to see cohesion in the nation. We are the Nation of Domination. We need to look like, and they went for all black, like sleek. It's uniform. It's honestly kind of sexy. I was like, why does Farooq look so good in the black jeans and the tight black tee?
And a little beret. I was like, I'm sorry.
A little beret.
Are you coming out here to
we baguettes?
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
the charcuterie board. Like, what is
I was
this?
So pleasantly surprised. And let us take in the feast for your eyes that was Ahmed Johnson. when I tell you that tank top was just like living on a prayer. It
Mm.
was just a deep breath away from being
One
abs-
one Xavier was like, I hope he just goes like flexes his chest a little bit and the whole thing
it
just
just
rips open.
explodes. Just absolutely goes
Literally.
bonkers.
And the fanny pack, he said, I
I
will
know.
not be without accessories. I
I
can't
know.
flex my 6 knee pads now, so I will at least have one
No,
delightful fanny
100%.
pack.
Ahmed Johnson adds one more accessory before he leaves the house.
And I love that about him. He said multiple earrings, hat, fanny pack with like any of these tight black leggings on. Honestly, such a serve. Everyone looked so good.
So
And you said
good.
it. You're like, this is a nation that could dominate me.
No, 100%. They came out. I was like, why are they like immediately more intimidating? Like,
A
why is
hundred
it like all of a
percent.
sudden we were just like, we trimmed the fat. We trimmed the fat, and this is what we got, and I'm
And
here
added
for it.
on some lean
No,
meats. And I'm
100%. We
here
said
for
Atkins,
this.
Atkins, Atkins.
At
Like,
They are going to the Weight Watchers meetings. I'm so happy for them.
yeah, they're counting points, whatever they
Figuratively,
do.
not literally.
No, no,
But
no.
yeah, I'm really into this. I kind of hate a little bit how into this I am, but
We're here.
I love it when
Listen,
the vision comes together. What can I
no,
say?
100% because we are such just absolute whores for like the presentation of something.
Absolutely. The pageantry.
No,
It's all
100%.
about the pageantry
Right.
for me.
So, and we've been saying this like a lot with Farooq. He came in with like that like
Space Gladiator.
100% like
No,
thing, and then we ditched Sunny, we ditched that, and then we were like, okay, the nation, and we're like, we're on to something, but
there's something here.
immediately it was just like crush, like you can't just like put like I feel like there wasn't enough thought put into the original nation. They
Agreed.
were just like, you guys aren't doing enough, or like you could be doing more, so here we go. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm-hmm. And that's
You
why we needed to trim the fat and start afresh. And I'm happy. I'm happy
mm-hmm.
about it. I will say though, this promo, it was a little all over the place. I was like, too
Right.
many of you spoke, too much of it didn't make sense, and it was
Mm-hmm.
too long. But it's
Right.
their first foray out as a
As a group.
unit.
Yes. And they're also
So,
doting this new like philosophy of like there are no leaders. Like we are like
which is, I feel like, not true. But
correct. Or at least
mhm,
not the way it's gonna play out.
no.
But
Mm-mm.
so Vince McMahon gets in there and he's like, we just have. I love first of all, he's like I will ask the question that everybody's been waiting for. He's just like, why,
Why?
Ahmed? Why?
Why?
And you're just like,
Et tu, Brute? Like,
no,
calm
literally.
down.
I was just like, okay, Vince, I understand. I get.
Why, Ahmed? Why?
And also, like, let's as the interviewer for the viewer at home who had no context as to what happened and are seeing this for the first time, you said nothing, you gave us no recap in the question. I was just like,
No.
he just, why, Ahmed, why? And he's like,
Trembling.
I know. And then basically Ahmed's just like, you should be asking yourself that question. Did you back me? Did they back me like all the way to the heights I needed to be? He was like, no, absolutely not. And he's like, he's, I guess, decided that they have enough grievances in common to kind of join forces.
Right.
So
I will say Ahmed was like, they backed me. And it's like, no, they didn't. I mean,
they,
like, again, if you want to say you guys have similar creeds and you're deciding to put your differences aside, for sure, but you have
sure,
to
sure,
put the
sure, sure, sure.
differences aside because you for sure,
We're
they
not
for
backing
sure were
each
not backing
other.
you up unless they were backing you into the corner of the ropes and beating your ass. Like,
No,
that's literally it.
100%.
Like, that was like, that took me out of it for a second because I was like, well, that's not what happened. But okay.
100%. And in this promo, it's basically it's the first time we hear D'Lo, and he
Mhm.
spoke a bit, and we really get the like the tagline, like the any means necessary is kind of like
Yeah.
what we need to like pull out of this, I think.
I think
Um,
that's, yeah, I felt that way because every single one of them said it at some
right.
point, and they
Uh,
said it aggressively, loudly, and slowly.
So, Farouk's also like posed a question. He's like, the old nation just couldn't get the job done. So again, trim the fat.
Not a lie.
And he said we upgraded. So I Kama did a promo. It felt very like promo of yesteryear, very like like just a
Yes.
lot
Oh,
of like
yeah.
yelling. But again, falls in line with what everybody else was kind of saying. Um then then very unexpectedly, Crush returns, and he does not return alone. No, 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 he decided to bring a whole motorcycle gang. He said, guys, roll out. He, I guess, got his wounds, went home to the boys to lick
Yep.
them, and they came back with their own set of matching outfits. And
Work.
they came in, which is like just on motorcycles, like stinking up the place. I imagine that was not a fun, like, it was not a fun time to
Stinking
be.
up the place. What a
Imagine being in the
serve,
front
though.
row. No, it
Oh,
was,
yeah. I
it was
mean,
very cool.
those in the front row will get exhaust fumes to the face.
No,
Will get a
100%.
contact high they did not
Mm-hmm.
perceive possible. But I will say
Good on him.
this was such a serve. First of all, Crush looking great, and why do we wear our hair the same way with that bandana?
No,
It was
literally,
like
that was
looking
so
in the
funny.
mirror, scary. But also I have to admit I love the speed and the like at which Crush was like betrayed and immediately found a new gang to fight
No,
against.
100%.
Honestly, I beg to be that petty. I
No,
beg to be that
100%.
swift in my retribution where I immediately go out, join a motorcycle gang, have them come back to the WWE on my behalf to fight my old boss.
No,
You're
100%.
for that because like NOD, like he had the pieces of readily available to him
No,
to like put them
100%.
together. Crush had to like go out on the hero's journey in a week's time to
No.
bring back the motorcycle gang. Like it's just so funny.
And like good on you
A
for finding
serve.
for finding people. They are calling themselves the Disciples of Apocalypse or the DOA, the Dead on Arrivals. I don't know, but like it's crazy how quick this
They said,
happened.
oh, they're the DOA, and I was like, the Daughters of the American Revolution. Like I
Oh
was
my
lost for a
god.
second. But the what was it? Disciples of the Apocalypse?
Yes,
I would have gone
100%.
maybe with Disciples of Anarchy.
I like that better, but
Very
is
Sons of
that
Anarchy vibes with the bikes and the
Mhm.
patch being patched
um
up.
but I just like it's I like vague, I do. What? The
I like
disciples.
vague. Yeah. And I love that we
Um,
didn't meet a single one of the new members of this new
no,
organization. Crusher's just like, I will take the wheel as Jesus did and
no,
get up there.
100%. Absolutely. Him and Carrie Underwood. And so a whole fight breaks out, obviously,
Hmm.
obviously.
Duh.
And it just kind of goes on. It just rolls on for so long that like a like brigade of like state troopers come out
Yeah,
and
like
we're just
police
like,
officers. Paul
right.
Blart was about to come out.
No, 100%. Oh my God. If someone came down rolling in one of those little like
The
segways, I would have actually lost my shit. And
Segway escorting out the motorcycle gang is so good.
so good, so good. Then we are brought to a mini kind of promo from the Legion of Doom. They're kind of just asked about their match tonight, and basically it's just like hell's going to break out in Detroit. It was short and sweet. They just are so over everywhere that they go. Like
Oh my
the
God.
pop is always huge,
Yep.
huge every
It's
time.
so true. And I get it. I
Mm-hmm.
100% get it. Love them so much.
Mm. So in our next match, we have Rockabilly with the Honky Tonk Man continuing whatever they are doing,
Mm.
taking on Ken I Hate Bullies Shamrock and like, um
And what a
so
spin.
This is good. We need to see more of Ken in action generally because he's going to be a part of that 10-man tag, and he's just very new. And last week we got a taste of his mic skills, and let's just say he's very new. So
Yeah. He
so
too is new to wrestling, like
no,
me.
100% at this point, which is like kind of fun to watch because we'll get to see how it improves.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm really looking forward to it.
but right now we're really got to rely on his like skills, his technical skills, because that's kind of where we're at. Uh,
Yeah.
so on commentary is Dan Severin, who is a UFC and NWA champion. So I mean, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Go to town, straight up with the porn stash,
Love.
very daddy. Um,
Very daddy. I don't know what it was about him. He was so soft spoken. And I was like, it's crazy. He doesn't look like he's fighting anybody. Like he looks like,
mhm.
I don't know, like a vice principal. But then he stood up later and I was like, oh.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, hello, how are you?
yeah, his
Gorgeous.
pump cover was crazy. So
No, literally.
and he is apparently a two-time opponent of Ken, which is why he's been asked to be here. Um
Mm-hmm.
so basically this match is Ken Shamrock out wrestling Billy, because this isn't the first time we've seen the two interact.
Mm-hmm.
Early days of Ken Shamrock, Rockabilly came out running his mouth and then got shown up. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So this is a like another I guess outing for the two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which makes me wonder if like Billy was helping him like acclimate to pro
Mm.
wrestling
Oh, that's a
in the
good
beginning.
question.
If they've had like this like couple of matches, because he like
Yeah, yeah,
trusts
yeah.
Billy at this
Oh,
point.
true.
Um,
I
so
wonder.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll do a little research. I have no idea. Um, Ken's basically out wrestling Billy. Billy only really gets the upper hand when he gets like a cheap shot in after the referee's trying to like separate something with the honky tonk
Yeah.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Ken is relentless. He hits Billy with a belly to belly into like an ankle lock, and Billy taps out immediately, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Literally immediately,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then we get this like weird homoerotic face off between Ken and Dan.
No
Just like
way.
on the outside, just kind of like slow walking towards each other, and then they just shake hands instead of fight and or kiss. So like
They're like for sure in love. Like, I don't know, it just really, it was like,
we're gonna
we
get
were just
so
talking about
gross.
this, like when fighters like just stare into each other's eyes and then sometimes that, like as an intimidation tactic, they like
Hmm.
little smooch. It got
Love that.
close.
It did get close.
That handshake was filled with tension. I felt it.
We are
Disgusting and horrible.
and moving on. um so we get a promo from the Godwins, and this match that they have tonight is interesting because it is the first time we are going to see them take on the Legion of Doom since they being the Legion of Doom broke Henry Godwin's neck. And wow.
Oh,
So the Godwins referenced that in their promo, and basically they were the question was posed like, how do you feel about like that accident? And Henry essentially was just like, didn't feel like an accident to me, neck still broken, doesn't really matter. So we're doing our own things now, and we're gonna go handle business. So he's like, whatever happens in the ring tonight is definitely gonna be no accident. um
mm.
so that takes us into this match, obviously. They replay Henry getting his neck broken so many times from every
So
angle.
many times from every angle. And then as if it couldn't get worse, Xavier, I'm literally like this because I can't, like eyes covered. I was like, I
Mm.
can't see this anymore. Like,
I can't do like broken bones either, so I'm
no,
like
no, no,
also
no,
not
no.
trying to watch. Like
No. And then to add, as if it couldn't get worse, they freeze frame the moment
of
his neck is
impact.
literally like
It's
upside
literally
down, exorcist turned So bad.
Henry's neck, his whole face is in the apron, and then they have just frozen the photo, and you're just like, I know we didn't need to do this. Like
No, we
I know the point could have been made without all of this.
I'm
This
t
is
this
crazy.
mess. I every angle, slow-mo, regular time, backwards, forwards,
Mhm.
freeze frame. I was like, I believe you. I
No,
believed you the first time it
100%.
happened. There was not one moment of doubt where I didn't
Mm-hmm.
believe and understand what occurred.
No,
I don't need
100%.
to see it again.
100%. So
Ugh.
the Godwins let us know that they meant business because of two reasons. First, we saw the return of the slop buckets.
But
Love to
not
see
Hillbilly
it.
Jim, and
Not
I just have
Hillbilly
to say
Jim.
it. I just have to
And
say it.
I think because it might be because Hillbilly's a little too lighthearted for this. This might be a little too what they want is revenge. And I don't
He's
know if
so
revenge
gentle,
is in
Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly's Jim's wheelhouse.
He's just such a gentle soul, and like people really take advantage of that.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love this like grandpa like
I love it
esque
so much.
character that you have just attributed to Hillbilly Jim.
This is for sure like a trauma response or something where I just love him so much, but we're gonna pretend it's normal
Moving on.
and fine.
And the second reason we know that they mean business is because they went overalls, no shirt.
Overall, no shirt.
They said free the nips.
Free the nip.
We mean it. We mean
Free the
it. We mean
chest
it. We
hair.
mean
Free the
it.
nip.
Mm-hmm.
It's all out in the open and ready for you. And
Right.
respectfully.
No, 100%. So, they're on their P's and Q's tonight because they start the match by just immediately slopping the Legion of Doom, which if that's one way to just have a rough night, guaranteed, as far as I'm concerned.
Slopped and then you have to wrestle because
Mhm.
like it's bad when it's like you lose or you win or whatever, you've already completed the match and
Right.
now you get slopped because you're just hitting the showers, like, you know,
Right.
still insulting, but you get slopped and now you have to wrestle.
I did know it was I did notice it was considerably drier
For sure.
amidst because there was this one moment where like Phineas was like in the corner just like it gave like the closing scene of Call Me by Your Name where he's just like crying into the like
The
camera.
fire.
Yeah, but instead of being like illuminated by like the fire, he's just illuminated by the silver glow of the
Of
slop
the slop
bucket.
like a beacon,
like just
like old
whoa.
school tanning with like the
With the yeah, with the
except the
three
slop bucket. Yeah.
yeah, what was that? What in the science fair like poster board is that thing
I
that you
guess,
use
yeah, I
to
don't know if they made it or you bought one, but it was like the reflection, I guess, but it was like
like that's
such a
so
weird time.
crazy.
Such a weird time
Uh I was like, no, I want to be sunburned from both
from
angles.
every single angle.
Absolutely
But it
incredible.
was like when you looked in the slot bucket, it was like just crusts of bread and like potato
Mhm.
peels. It was noticeably less liquid.
Right, then the last time they
So
were
you just got you
shots.
hit with like a stale piece of toast and you had to
No, 100%. They said croutons.
Who ordered the Caesar salad?
Like that's
No dressing.
100%. And now I'm just picturing Gordon Ramsay just like
You're
yelling
an idiot
just
sandwich.
no, just like customers don't wait for salads. Like like
And they were just like chucked it.
uh,
Yeah, I could see it.
100% into like an adoring crowd.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gordon Ramsay would be an excellent wrestling coach, I feel.
or a manager.
Well, that's I mean, yes, a
Yeah.
manager.
Oh,
That's what I
gotcha.
mean.
I'm with you.
Ringside talent.
No, 100%. Just hooting and hollering. Listen, ooh, that'd be good
And but
because
then
he
he has
has
those
some.
moments of real genuineness where he's like, "Look, what happened out there? Like, you did a really good job. You did a really good job, but like the
Right,
odds were
right.
stacked against." Like he has those moments of real genuineness,
But
and then
like,
other times he's
I
rupturing his
only want
larynx.
those moments like caught in like candid camera. Like I only want,
Yes.
like around the corner,
Yes.
like
In the locker
shots.
room, like, yeah,
Right,
like Doc
100%.
Brown is like holding the mic to
But
the door.
anytime there is like an intentional shot, that man is hollering. Like
Hootin', hollering, hootin', 100%.
oh, I absolutely love this. So, this match is super physical, as we kind of knew it would be,
Yeah.
because Godwins are out for revenge, and LOD are LOD. So, like, they are just, I don't know, like buffaloes, like the
On
way,
Stampede 24/7.
no, like the way that they're built, the
So
way that their
true.
raffles just wrestle is just so like I
Dense.
yeah, that is yes, 100%. Um, so this match ends pretty like awkwardly. Phineas stops the Doomsday device from happening on Henry, but unfortunately Hawk is still on the top rope, so he hits Henry with the clothesline instead and picks up the victory. So one way or the other, the Legion of Doom are moving on in the tag team tournament. The
Mm.
Godwins did not extract their revenge tonight, and honestly doesn't really seem like their game, so like probably for the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, they're not the they're certainly not the Slytherins of the of the wrestling world, you know.
No, for real. I was actually gonna say, like, I just don't see the villain arc for the
The
Godwins. I
Godwins,
don't
right,
see it. I would love because they're saying like ever since Henry broke his neck, he's never been the same. He's crazy, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't
right.
believe you. And I don't
No,
foresee a
100%.
real villain arc happening for the Godwins. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it just doesn't make sense to me. But
No, me either, and I certainly can't like you can't be like bad guy and hit me with that like aggressive banjo. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that banjo slaps too hard for you to be a
no,
serious villain.
100%. No.
I miss the it's a silly goofy time. He'll banjo
Knee
goats
slapper,
slop slopping.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss that. Miss
Uh,
it.
no, 100%. During this match, it was apparently announced that the Heart Foundation attacked Kem Shamrock.
Mm.
So he's apparently just like out for the count for this evening, so he won't be popping up to stop any bullies, in case you were concerned, because he was really on that last week. He really felt like your dare officer as you made all of your
Yeah.
terrible decisions throughout high school. Like how
Yep,
for
just
some
like
reason he would just like pop up and just be like
it'd be like, "Oh God. Hey."
um so so after this match ends with the Legion of Doom, they're celebrating in the middle of the ring. The Heart Foundation comes out and attacks the Legion of Doom, thus carrying on their, thread into the 10-man tag team match.
Right.
Bret Hart is just like watching from the stage, all master like. So yeah, he was just chilling. I guess he's back. Nothing's really been said about the fight from um last week as to why him and Sean are separated and both missed last week. So I just there's more to it, and I need to know more.
100%.
Because like I'm not buying this just like, oh, like you were gone, you're back, and we're just supposed to like move on. I was like, oh, we're
Yeah.
not. I was like, no, I'm still over there.
Yeah, because I want to know what happened to Shawn
No,
Michaels. I want to know why you
100%.
all were beefing back there.
Mm. So hopefully more on that soon. I miss seeing Bret Hart just kind of like get into it all the time.
I
Like you know
know.
what I mean? Like he was
Yeah, I
always
do.
scrapping that
He's so
guy.
scrappy. You're so
And
right.
I know where he's doing the villain thing, so good on him, but
Yeah.
I miss seeing him scrap.
Me too. I miss it. Miss
So
it.
after that, we are hit with Paul Bearer and the Undertaker. And so the Undertaker is asked if he's almost done with uh if he's almost had enough of Paul Bearer's shenanigans, his blackmail, his seditious lies. So, the Undertaker goes to speak, and immediately, once again, Paul Bearer is just like, shut up. Like, no, I don't know where you thought like talking was going to be your thing, but no, it's all about me.
He literally says it's all about me,
Literally
which is
says it's all about me, which is crazy.
crazy.
I was like, I did not know that we had stumbled into like an episode of As Told by Ginger, and that's so not what I thought was gonna happen. like, that's so crazy. He's like, it's all about
Oh, me.
me.
Oh my, no, literally though, it's first of all, as if Undertaker is a gabber, as if because he was literally just like, Undertaker, just shut up. Like he
No,
never stops
no,
talking.
100%. Like,
And he's like the most silent person
no,
in the
100%.
WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's all about me. You are not even a wrestler. How is the World Wrestling Federation about you? Like it
So
literally
crazy.
doesn't make
So
what do
crazy.
you mean?
No, Paul Bear, I am gonna steal a phrase. You are not even the own main character in your own life. And
Thank you.
that is so crazy that you all of a sudden came out here. He said it's all about me. I was like, girl, this thing, okay.
Your life is not even all about you.
Oh,
I
that's so crazy. So, the Undertaker has enough. He goozles. He gets him right in the throat. And
love.
he gets both Vader and Paul Bearer. He's got them both by the neck. And then Paul Bearer goes, remember the fire. And he repeats it twice. He goes, remember the fire. So again, alluding to the big secret that he is lording over the Undertaker, and more to come. More to come.
I just also hate that Vader came to defend Paul Bear. It's like, do you even really like him? Like, I don't even
Right.
know the
What are you
ties
getting
that
out of
bind
this?
the ties that bind seem so loose.
So the way that
Just let them sever.
he picks you up and drops you more than Andy does in Toy Story. Like that's
You
crazy. Like that's
girl,
absolutely crazy.
no period. You are so close to being at the next yard sale. You don't even
No, you don't even
know.
know
You
the
don't even
way, the
know.
way, the way Paul Bearer and the Undertaker are like just like that weird like that weird couple, that's like your toxic ex. You're like, if I could just have him back, like I could,
Swear.
like, and you're just like,
It
stop.
is
This is not
so
good for anybody. Please.
no. It's so weird. Yeah, please break up. It's so
hmm
bad. But Undertaker, it's coming. It's
hmm
coming. And thank God.
hmm So, next we have a little mini promo from Owen Hart. Basically he's asked about the triple threat match. He's like, this is crap. He's like, this is a conspiracy against me. He's like, I don't even have to.
Which
He's like, I don't even have to be pinned to lose the title. He's like, that's absolute bull crap. So, short, sweet, to the point, just being the menace that he is. I love it. Love to
I
see it.
kind of agree though.
No,
It is
he's
kind
not
of
wrong.
crazy. Like it
Right.
is kind of insane. Like I could not even be pinned and lose the title and I didn't even like why are we doing this for
hmm
shits and giggles? We're doing
Right.
this insane three-way match. Like I kind of get it. I was like,
hmm
not no,
Not
Owen.
no,
Seriously.
Owen. And next we get a very fun match between Flash Funk and Sabu.
Love.
We have seen the two cross paths in ECW. For those of you who are also not new to wrestling. And this is the first time we're gonna see them cross paths in the WWF. So that's pretty fun, pretty
So
cool.
fun.
Um,
I love
so,
knowing that they wrestled together in ECW because then when I see, because some people don't know that, like who are
mhm,
watching them in real time, like at the
right.
moment,
Uh-huh.
like don't know that he was Too Cool Scorpio.
Right.
Flash Funk was Too Cool Scorpio. So like they don't know they already have kind of like a
Right.
this is like the moments, sorry, these are like the moments where I get excited that I know things now a little bit.
I
Like,
love that. It is fun when you
makes
could
me feel
like
good.
connect the dots. So
I love
Bill,
adding the one and the one and equaling two. I
oh,
love it. It's the only
100%.
math I like to do is forge connections.
Thank you, thank you. Speaking of Bill Alfonso, former referee, now manager in ECW, um, is the manager of both RVD and Sabu.
Mm.
He will be joining Sabu. You will know because you will hear the whistle the entire time. We know that
Mm-hmm.
is a classic trademark. You kind of learn to love it though,
Kind of, yeah.
because he kind of like speaks with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of know exactly what he's saying through that stupid little whistle. Like,
And it is a skill. It is a
mhm.
skill to be able to communicate that way. And you're right. If you pay attention long enough, you start to understand it, which does scare me a little bit when I was like,
Right.
oh, he wants him to, and I'm like,
Stop.
he's
No.
like, he wants him to get the table.
No.
Oh, it's happening to me. It's
No,
so true.
100%. You start speaking
So true.
Alphonsinese. Uh,
Alfonso.
um,
Wow.
so Flash Funk hit us with another short sweet promo. Not sure really what the gist of it was, but it did rhyme, and I did enjoy that part of it.
And you know
So
what? That's true. And you know what? If you're gonna go with the name Flash Funk and you're gonna be jazzy, have this whole dancey intro, I feel like you kind of have to rhyme. Like feel like it kind of goes with
I
your
liked it.
brands.
Yeah, no, it was good. Honestly, like I feel like we haven't actually seen him speak that much. Now that I'm
Not at all. That actually might have been the first time. I'm not even gonna
mm,
lie to you. I
100%.
really because if he has didn't leave an impression, I don't remember it. And that's not his fault. I mean, it's
Right.
just I was
The
saying to Xavier while
presentation.
while we were watching, I was like, do you think when ECW guys come over, they go to him and they go, Flash Funk?
Yeah,
That's the gimmick? Like,
yeah,
because
I
he was
mean,
something so cool before. We've talked about this, but
and he does look like a highlighter. Like he does.
the big moon boots, the starburst jumpsuit, it is
Mm-hmm.
very Xenon girl that and I love Xenon.
No, 100%.
Love her, but not this. But I just picture Sabu being like Flash Funk.
Okay, but Sam is talking
Right.
about nobody's crazy bands because he's got them XC
The
hammers on lock.
Oh
Like,
no, I know, dude. His brand is so funny to me. I said he just looks like shrapnel stitched together. He's got so many scars, those
mm-mm.
crazy gold pants, or like, and sometimes they're purple. Like he has
Yeah,
just
yeah,
those
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
shiny MC Hammer pants, like you said, and just
I love it.
he's just so crazy.
Tell us who joins us on commentary today.
You know who joined us on commentary today? It's the Paul E. Dangerously. Love
Uh,
to see it. And he's wearing, you guys, he was wearing
mm-hmm.
Adidas. He was wearing an Adidas sport jacket
Mm-hmm.
that had ECW under the Adidas logo and then had his name in like old English font, Paul E, on the other
No,
side. What a
100%.
serve. No
No,
undershirt. He said, unzip the zip, chest hair,
no,
cat us like what a serve. I was like, I want that jacket. I want it. And
amazing.
the thing I love about wrestlers is I feel like a lot of them are hoarders. Like they keep all of their things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he must have that jacket in a box somewhere. Like he just must. And that
He
is
he might. He
it's
just might.
oh, it was so classic 90s Adidas. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I just love that you have this that
No,
has the
100%.
ECW logo on it. Like that is crazy.
That is
What a
amazing.
serve.
Speaking of, we are treated to like a video package of like Sabu highlights from ECW, which we'd love to see.
Love to
And
see.
it's also just, just a cool thing of note. Like it's not every day that like other wrestling promotions, especially ones as big as the WWF, WCW, are like running video packages
Yeah,
from other companies.
so
So
true.
we got to remember like what a big deal this is for ECW to keep this like ongoing thing going with the WWF at this
Yeah,
time. And kind of like in a lot of ways keeps their momentum up.
yeah.
Which is cool.
Love it. Love to see it.
So I have a note that's just like Sabu is so wild. This is Sabu is you literally earlier on commentary he being Paul goes he is like without description. Like it is so hard to like quantify what you witness when you're watching Sabu, because he's all over the place. Because he does have like the fundamentals, he just like doesn't care to use them. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like he's just
Yeah.
going absolutely buck wild.
There's it's so true. There really is no way to describe just watching him because he does the most insane flips, jumps, moves. Like you just can't even there's no way to even predict what's coming next and knew it was going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I still was like, "Oh,
No,
how does he
100%.
even do that?" Like
He's hitting like springboard hurricane ranas. He's like jumping off. He's like springboarding from like the apron onto the ropes, onto the outside. Like he's just losing his mind.
he would have been like a carny in
Mhm.
any other like in the early days. He would have been like one of the like he would have been like a Dick Grayson flying like
No,
one the flying Graysons like
no,
for sure.
100%. 100%. So this match ends in a count out because Sabu's on the outside with a table, desperately trying to get Flash Funk through it. This man hits Flash Funk with a springboard moonsault,
No,
um, onto the table, doesn't break.
no.
He then throws himself like in just in a somersault, like again onto Flash Funk. Table doesn't break.
No.
He then gets back into the ring after this. The match is over. Match is
They
been
both were counted
over.
out. Yeah.
And then he springboards again and hits Flash Funk with the most vile leg drop, and then the table finally breaks. He's like, "Job well done." There we go.
But I don't even think it breaks. I think it just rolls over. Like I think
Terrible.
he like lands on his face. Like Sabu like lands on Flash Funk's face. I literally said it looked like his head was gonna pop like a zit. Like he just was like
Mhm.
wham. And then I think the table just like folded forward. Like I
Oh,
still don't think it broke. I think it just like
that's
flipped him
crazy.
forward. Like I don't know. It was
Absolute, absolute
I wrote
insanity.
literally my notes just say Flash Funk might be dead.
No,
Yes, I think
he
he has
said,
a brain bleed. I'm really concerned.
Bring in the stretcher." That is crazy.
And again, I said this the last time someone from ECW wrestled Flash Funk. I can't remember who it was, but I was like, they Flash Funk was taking such crazy bumps, and I was like, I feel only slightly comforted because he is from ECW, so he's used to taking insane bumps like this.
Right, right.
So I was like, he can't rest like it had to be Flash Funk because he like knows
What this
how the
is.
pie
Yeah.
is made. You like
Right, right,
so I was
right.
like, at least I know he knew it was coming
Mm-hmm.
in some way. But oh my God, it was just like yikes, real scary.
Mm-hmm. 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 So next we are treated to a recap of Mankind's promo from last week.
Thank God. Blessed.
Where Mankind let us all know that he's got a nice ass and he wants to
And
be Stone Cold's partner.
that's
Um,
that.
And that's that on that. And that rolls into our next match, which is a rematch from a couple weeks ago. The British Bulldog taking on Mankind, this time in a non-title match.
Just for
Um,
fun.
just I'm assuming because Mankind lost the title match, so he's not gonna get us dole out chances out here.
Hmm.
Um, but uh Mankind treats us with a phenomenal entrance. He is wearing a Austin 316 t-shirt that he cut up,
Love.
and a sign that just says "Pick me Steve" with an arrow. And
Like
it's
it's he wears it like a chain, like a necklace. Like he
mhm,
has like the chain and it's a little piece of wood or something. And
mhm.
he's wearing it like so well, so
It's
amazing.
so funny. I love
Love
it.
it.
It's such a just like ridiculous touch to the character.
I love him so
Because
much.
it's so he would just absolutely like throw his like ring behind someone. You know what I mean? Like he's so crazy, he'll just yeah, he's all in on that. And you're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Uh,
he's for sure got like I don't want to say like daddy issues, but like Paul kind of left
mm,
him for dead and now he's kind of like a little duckling who's imprinted on the first thing that
right.
kind of looked like him, walked like him, and was like, "Mommy?"
Right. No, are you
Like,
my mother?
yeah,
Yeah,
are you my
very
mother? And so like I don't know. I kind of love it where it's like, pick me, Steve. I just think it's so funny. I
Uh,
love it.
and he gets into the ring and he grabs the microphone and he dedicates this match, his efforts in this match to the baddest, the baddest wrestler to do it,
SOB.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it's just amazing. Like, of course he did. Of course he did.
Hmm.
Um, so the match starts. Again, the match is less important than everything else going on.
Yep.
Stone Cold gets a phone call, and this is so funny.
Hysterical.
He goes like, it's Stone Cold on the phone. Vince McMahon tries to like talk to him. He goes, "Hold on, before I answer any of your stupid little questions." He goes, "Don't you ever call me collect again. I will not accept the charges." I was
And
like,
he's so real for that. He's
he's
so
so
real for
funny.
that.
He said,
Don't
"Don't
you
you
dare call me
ever."
collect,
he's like,
cheap bastard.
"What are you in prison? Like, get out of here. Like, get out of here." That is so
I will not accept the charges.
so funny. So funny.
Amen. That is so funny. Unnecessarily. It's those moments that just get me that are like it I wouldn't have ever thought it, but you said it and now it's the funniest thing I've
Right.
ever heard.
No, do not call me
It's
collect.
so good.
And the best Mankind is wrestling like with the sign, by the way.
Hmm.
The whole like he's just like rocking the sign. Um, he takes a suplex on the ramp, which is absolutely brutal, but of course,
Oh,
it is who it is.
yeah.
The Bulldog grabs a chair and just wallops the ever living shit out of Mankind.
So
He
bad.
hits him so aggressively, like in the head. He hits him with like two shots to the back, and with one of the grossest, like unprotected headshots I've ever seen. He swings back like he's a baseball player and just like connects with like the side of Mankind's dome ski. Was absolutely bonkers.
It was really he hit him with that chair, which obviously disqualified him, so Mankind technically wins. But like
Mhm.
there were no winners at the end of this. Like Mankind just well, actually, so Mankind gets hit with the chair like a
Right.
bazillion times, takes that insane like pro golf shot with the chair to the head,
Right.
and they're like, and he's dead. Ta-da! Bulldog goes to leave. Mankind lurks up from behind him because he can't be killed and hits Bulldog with the mandible claw. Disgusting. But
Disgusting.
honestly, kind of like I love it. Like I don't love the mandible claw. Ew, do not get that twisted. But the idea that so Stone Cold was like watching, he was on the phone, he was watching the match with Mankind, and he was like, sure, it's nice that Mankind dedicated the match to me. He's still a freak, but like whatever. But he's
No, yeah.
watching. And so I love it that they like planted this seed of like, he is unstoppable though, and it would kind of be like a useful teammate. Like he's crazy.
Mhm.
So it's like it showed that like he could literally get beaten the ever living crap out of with a steel chair, and he's still gonna get his last like with that nasty mandible claw.
Right. No,
It
100%.
plants that little seed.
Mm-hmm. So more to come on that. I highly doubt we've seen the last of Mankind's pick me energy.
Thank God. I hope it gets more feral.
No, yeah, no.
It must.
I'm banking on it. So next, it cuts to a backstage shot of Gorilla Monsoon getting yelled at by Owen Hart. And basically he's just like, if my opponents are gonna have all these broads out here, then I want Brian Pillman out with me.
Brian Pillman's my broad.
No, 100%. He said bros before hoes. And like,
And we have
okay.
no women in the Hart Foundation, so this is my only option. He's got the longest hair.
No, 100%. So stupid. And the best part of that whole interaction is Gorilla Monsoon like agrees like almost immediately.
Immediately.
And Owens just keeps yelling and just
Yeah.
he's like, no, I
That's
yes,
fine.
that's you can do that. That's
Go
okay.
ahead.
I
Yeah.
have no objections. And it's just like he's like, oh well, and then he's just like, see, I told you if we just like got on him hard enough, like they cave, and then like it
Yep.
could just cut, and you're just like, what is happening?
Yep.
I love it. I love that energy.
Me too. So
Um,
good.
hmm so next is the Intercontinental Championship match between Owen Hart, Goldust, and Triple H. And we're kind of treated to like a history of the Intercontinental Championship, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, love to
For
see it.
especially purposes like of the show. So from Pat Patterson, pretty much up to who we have now, Owen Hart. And then it kind of shows how each of the contenders also won their first intercontinental championships.
I kind of loved it.
Yeah, it was great. I thought it painted a nice background. And it's never hurts to like remind people how important that title is.
So true.
So, we're also treated to Pat Patterson, the OG Intercontinental Champion, being our special guest referee.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of cool, in that this is the first triple threat match that we're seeing on Monday Night Raw. And we can watch like a triple threat match today, and you can kind of see how it's kind of evolved
Mm-hmm.
in that you kind of see in this match a lot. All three members of the match are in the ring the majority of the time.
Mm.
As you'll see, like kind of like now, kind of like more current matches, you'll see like there's more spots where they will like eliminate one of the people so that two of the people can wrestle in the ring. So it's a
Mm.
lot less chaotic.
I see.
So and you still have to have those like, those moments where the all three interact, otherwise like why would you put them all in a match
Right,
together?
100%. Yeah.
But there I think that this was a big kind of like a big curve in the learning, in that like you can kind of tell that this is like the first time they're doing this, because we've seen like three-way matches in like ECW. I They call them three-way dances in ECW, and I always just liked that as a better
Me
name
too.
than
Oh,
triple
because
threat.
that was how Terry Funk won the championship.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
we've seen them before, but this is the first time in this kind of like format. Um so it's kind of fun to see the evolution from where we were when WWF was first kind of trying out this style of match to kind of like where we are now, and it's more like perfected for, TV version,
Right.
which is kind of
Interesting.
nice.
Yeah, I love that. Love, love, love.
This match is like chaotic from the rip. You get a lot of like opening, close finishes, just
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like create excitement. And it allows the commentary team to kind of like reiterate the rules of this match for the audience at home quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um they went a little overkill, but again, this is the first time some of this audience will be seeing this kind of match, so it does never hurts to hammer it in home the first time. You could always do less later. Um,
Right.
so the match continues, and again, Goldust is really getting these kind of like almost big wins, because he almost won the European title a couple weeks ago. Um, versus the British Bulldog. But to some shenanigans like this happened, and he almost won the Intercontinental Championship because he technically pins Owen, but Owen had his foot on the ropes.
Yeah,
So
he put it at like three. Like
mhm,
the first two counts were clean, and then like he put that foot up, and Pat Patterson didn't
didn't
see
see
it.
it.
So he initially Goldust is initially the winner of the match. And then Earl comes out because Earl is a stickler for justice, comes out and starts arguing with him. Then Gorilla Monsoon comes out, starts arguing with him. I also want to point out that Pat Patterson said, I'm absolutely abstaining from wearing an actual referee outfit.
No,
No shot.
he literally just said, "I'm gonna wear my green sweater, and you're gonna deal with it."
Period. He wore black pants and a blue polo. And
Right,
he was like, and that's what you're getting out of me,
right, and he's like, "That's it."
respectfully.
Um, Absurd.
So
So
funny.
Gorilla Monsoon restarts the match.
Which is
Uh,
crazy. He's like,
yeah,
do over,
100%.
which is wild.
So it's once again super chaotic. Owen
Yeah.
hits both opponents with a double drop kick and a spinning heel kick on Goldust. Almost gets the pinfall victory. Hunter breaks it up. China hits Goldust with a Hurricane Rana.
It's so
China,
good.
it's so good. First
It's
of
so
all,
good.
unexpected, because we've seen how powerful she is, but she's got hops. Goldust is 6'6" and weighs like
I think it was like
definitely,
240,
yeah,
they
like,
said.
and so absolutely bonkers. Um, so just a feat of athleticism we were not what we were treated to, really.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter, oh, uh, Goldust goes up onto the rope after he receives the Hurricane Rana, tries to break up a pinfall attempt between Owen and Triple H. Owen essentially just lets Goldust hit Triple H with the move instead. He
Mm-hmm.
pushes Goldust off to the side, with just enough time for him to get the three counts in the middle. Owen is still the Intercontinental Champion, and Goldust was once again this close
That close.
to winning gold. So I imagine this is gonna make him crazy. I don't know. Something's coming because you don't have that two kinds of like finishes like that. Without some kind of,
Right. I was gonna say that. Like the without because now
it's a
like
little
it
too coincidental, you know what I mean?
yes. And it's like he literally tasted it and then had it taken away. And like that
Mhm.
really sucks. And also I was like, I feel like this is really once again gonna drive the Triple H and Goldust beef because it's China that really like incapacitated Goldust, like with
Right.
the secret Hurricane Rana behind Pat Patterson's back, which was a slag. Which reminds me also there was a sign in the audience that said, China is the mother of Christ.
Oh my God, you're
Serve. What
right.
a serve. Um, so I don't know because I really feel like the Triple H and Goldust beef simmered for a little, or like kind of
Hmm.
fizzled for a little bit, and I kind of wanted to be like reignited again,
Hmm.
fresher and more violent this time.
No, 100%.
So I'm into this, and I'm into Owen retaining the title. I kind of love that he has it right now. I hate to
No,
say
me
it,
too.
but
No, me too,
I'm
me
fine with
too.
this. Fine with this.
So next we have a Heart Foundation, mostly Brett promo. Basically this is kind of leading up to the 10-man tag. He kind of runs down the list of his opponent. He's like, Legion of Doom, best tag team, not. And you're just like,
Which is so
okay.
funny. I was like, bring this back. Like, oh yeah, they're awesome. Not
Right. It was just like, okay.
simpler times.
He said like Ken Shamrocks from like the Fairy Federation of Fighters or whatever the like whatever he was trying to get at. Goldust, his attacks were mainly focused on Marlena, and basically Bret Hart was like, I have four sisters and they'll beat you up. And then he goes and so the leader of like the clan, he's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's like, justice is coming, and it's called the Heart Foundation. It's essentially the gist of it magazine with
Mm,
with Bret Hart.
mm.
It was fine. It was just kind of like a standard like Heart Foundation promo.
Yeah,
And then he turns and just creates beef with Thomas Hearns
for
because
no
he
reason.
also has the moniker the Hitman. And basically Brett is like there's only room for one Hitman and you're looking at him. He gets into it. He's like get your ass in here and prove yourself. And then what the weird thing for me is that the insult that sends this into an all out like fight is Bret Hart calls him the Chicken Man.
He says, "You're not the hitman, you're the chicken man."
Yeah, and I just love how fragile the egos were at this time, that to send these grown ass men into fisticuffs, it took was the Chicken Man.
The chicken man. Well, it's funny because I'm pretty sure that's the thing in Back to the Future where it's like he can't put like he can't not fight if someone calls him a chicken or something, and it's like the joke, not the joke, but it's like the thing. And then like
Mm-hmm.
when they're in the Old West one, it's like they call him Yella.
Oh
Like, and
yeah,
then he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
again, why I
Why I
oughta. But it's like,
oughta.
why is that the thing? I'd be like, okay, like
Right.
cordon bleu. Like, I don't
Right.
know. Like
100%.
it would
So
mean nothing to me.
so yeah, honestly, Hearns knocks out the anvil as Brett is cowering in the corner. And again, I miss my scrappy dude. I don't know.
No, okay, I literally wrote, and this might be me, but I was like, this was kind of anticlimactic. It's like
Yeah.
you're talking all this shit and you used to really back it up. Like you used to really stand on business. And I hate that the villain arc means you like cower. Like since
Right.
when? Like I love the villain arc of like I understood, check the track. I understood. I was like, I know why you're mad. I understand why you turn this way. Like I would have
Mm-hmm.
been mad too. But now suddenly you can't throw hands?
Right. Since
That's not
when?
the Bret Hart way. Like, what do
Right.
you mean? I was like, and also the hit to Jim, the anvil, was like he hit him in the gut, and Jim acted like he got hit in the head and he was like seeing stars and like seeing it was like the Tweety birds around his head. He
Right.
was like
No, 100%.
like
Yeah.
I they were saying Jim can't even see straight. I was like, he was hit in the stomach.
No,
Like, make him
100%.
gag or something. Like, I don't know. Just I was like, this is so weird. Like, and there were the officials jumped out in the ring so quickly and stopped everything, and I get it. Like,
This man's not a
he's not a
wrestler.
wrestler. Like, I get it, but I was just like, this is so weird. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It was
It was
definitely just
meh.
to have like a moment with a celebrity and
Yeah, and that's fine. But I just think it could have maybe been better. But that's
uh,
just me.
I agree. I agree. So next we think we're going to get a Nation promo, but Savi with the hands comes in and is basically just like,
He's
yo,
back.
like I turned my back on all my Puerto Ricans to come here and just like be a part of the nation and like this is what happens. And he's like, and then he just gets into it with just the four members of the nation. I don't know why he thought like
So much.
anything else was going to happen other than what happened, which was him getting his ass absolutely handed to him and then spanked with a belt. Like
About a lot.
a
A
lot.
lot. I love the juxtaposition of Crush goes out, finds a biker gang to come back him up to face the nation, and Savio just goes in the locker room, hey, just wanted to get all up in your face for a second. And this is who I missed.
Right.
I missed this man doing this crazy, insane shit where he just walks into the locker room full of his enemies and goes, I hate you. You're the worst. You ruined my life. And now I'm
Right.
going to fight you.
Right.
4-on-1, Savio, in their locker room. What were we expecting? But I love that little, like, that energy. I
No,
missed him so
100%.
much. Like, we are so back. We're so
Uh
back. We're so back.
amazing.
He said,
Amazing.
Army of One. Army of One. I'm
I love
in
that.
there.
Uh
Respectfully.
So Salvio gets taken out by the nation, and we're left with what's next for Sabi. Let's find out.
Can't wait.
So next we have a light heavyweight match between Scott Taylor and Brian Christopher, who comes out with Jerry Lawler, which is just weird because Jerry then spends the entirety of his time on commentary deflecting the question, is that your son? Your son literally just looks like, you know, when they had to like CGI Carrie Fisher and to make them younger in like the Star Wars movies, because they would like do flashbacks and she was clearly like an older woman at that point. It's and then after she passed they did it again.
God bless.
um
Carrie
it,
Fisher, rest in peace, sweet angel. I'm so
um,
sorry.
but it gave like that.
Like de-aging but poorly.
No,
Like they
100,
even did it to, oh my God, Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci
100%. And
in
like
whatever that
whatever
The
Benjamin,
Irishman.
and like the Benjamin Buttons, you're whatever.
It was
Um,
bad. You're right. You are right.
but
Bad
it
de-aging.
just he has the same face and the same voice and the same mannerisms. So like
Attitude, everything.
so it's just like I know you probably like didn't want to have that like come out because it was Paul Heyman that was just like blah. But like
Love.
it's already out there, babe. Like it's already out there and the internet's forever. So like
Yeah, and imagine like if the information's already out there and then your dad's like, no, no, why do you care if he's, it's like, do you care that I'm your son? Dad? Like the daddy issues are just compounding
right,
right in front of
100%.
my eyes. Like so crazy. And again, they're basically twin, like they look so alike. They're
No.
so alike in so many ways. And
Right.
you walked out with him.
100%.
I just kind of feel like
I was like, Lego, claim your blockhead son. Like that's you, baby.
no, seriously. Oh my God.
I was like,
Ugh. And he's just as
square peg. Like, what is this?
where? And he's just as insufferable as you. Claim him.
100%.
Claim
Anyway,
him.
so stupid. Not even gonna go into the match. It's basically like a
Oh,
squash. There's like no point.
no.
So next we're gonna go into Paul Bearer with Vader. And Vader, you can overhear at the audio of Vader talking to Paul Bearer as this interview like starts, and he's like, "You need to have the Undertaker under control." He's like, "You need to make sure that that's where it needs to be." And then Paul Bearer basically it's just like everything is a-okay, and then you can hear Vader just go, it better be.
Better be. And
uh
honestly, yeah. Like
no,
get your
100%.
son, figure that out, because
Right.
whatever you're doing to him is not working. And now I'm gonna be
Now I'm
receive the
missing the
shit end of the
chance.
stick
Yeah,
because I gotta wrestle with him.
right, 100%. um and so Paul is just yelling at the Undertaker the entire time that the Undertaker is making his entrance,
So
just
annoying.
hooting and hollering.
Hootin', hollering, hollering. Sorry.
It's
Second time in one
definitely
night.
not that vibe.
No.
Or at
No.
least whatever he's hooting and hollering.
Yeah, true.
I will say D'Lo looked very impressive in this match. He
Yes.
kind of showed out against the Undertaker and Vader. So like good on him. We're seeing more of D'Lo. He's talking, he's wrestling more.
I'm
Love to
here
see
for
it.
it. Here
They
for
finally
it.
decided to take the training wheels off. I think they're letting him shine a little bit.
I'm so
Um
happy for him.
so the disciples of the apocalypse make their way out and attack D'Lo. Why is there no disqualification? I'll never know. And then all of a sudden we go to commercial and then they're gone. I hate when they do this. I
I
hate when
hate
they do
it.
this. I
Especially
was
because there was like 5-on-1. It was
right.
like 5 members of the DOA and then just D'Lo.
And then the Undertaker was fighting off like everybody.
Everybody, yeah, which
It-
again,
like
love, that's my champion.
equal opportunity ass kicker. Like we get it, but like
He said, I'm trying to fight, you can't be here, so now everyone's getting hit. And
that's
that's
why.
my champion.
That's what I'm saying. Paul's still yelling the entire time as the match continues. Farooq does a very impressive power slam on Vader. Vader jumps off the top rope or something. Farooq like turns it into a power slam, and you're like, damn. Because
So
again,
good.
every time Vader jumps off the top rope, we're really like, oh, is this gonna be the time?
Yeah, is this gonna be no so true. Oh, because
um,
he's so scary.
I know, no,
And then when he's
100.
like a projectile, then I'm like,
No,
really
100%.
scared.
You take that and you make it airborne. You go,
No, no, no,
you go gravity take over. I don't know about you, but I've known gravity to be quite the bitch. So like, I don't know. That plan doesn't always
no.
work out the way you think it's going to.
Oh God, know it too well. Too
Uh,
well.
Gravity, you saucy slut.
Gravity. No, sorry.
Me all day long. So crazy, crazy, crazy. Vader gets in the Undertaker's face in the corner. Undertaker take us, take it the
Taketh.
swing. He taketh the swing.
He doth taketh the swing.
In whatever font was on Paul's shirt.
Old English.
So he he takes a hit on Vader, allows Farouk to pick up the victory.
Love.
And so the Nation moves on in the tournament. The Undertaker and Vader get into it because Vader is obviously upset with the outcome of the match.
Yeah.
The Undertaker gets the better of the two, scoops Vader up, drops him on his head with the tombstone. And then he goes to like chase after Paul. Paul kind of like escapes out the ring, and then he goes to like, you know what? Not worth it. Just starts
Yeah.
to leave. Paul grabs the microphone and he's like, you turn around when I'm talking to you. And he's like, you made your casket, The Undertaker. He's like, next week I'm telling your secret. And then the Undertaker just absolutely serves. He turns around, hits him with just like the dead man symbol, the roll of the eye, and the hair flip. So good. So good. What a way to
That
end it.
it feels like the winning combo on like a video game where like you hit
Yeah.
the exact thing and it's like the point, throat cut, flip eye, and like
Yes.
decimated.
Yes,
Like everyone
absolutely
is
obliterated.
dead. You hit the combo
I love it. I love to see
here
it.
for that. And we haven't seen it in a long time. Like all of them in one, the point, the throat, the flip,
Mm-hmm.
the eye. We haven't seen the eyes in forever, I feel
Right.
like.
Now
And
he's pissed off now. He's done. He don't care.
the way just made me feel so crazy.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
good. And I'm so excited because I I've been living for this story of like what could like I know the Undertaker. It's so funny that the Undertaker is an Undertaker figure, dead man, undead, blah blah blah, but somehow we just know he has this like insane value to his integrity.
Right.
Like somehow that weaves its way into his character and I
Right.
don't really know why, but I love it and I know it's true.
Right.
And so like the fact that he's been blackmailed and he's been like having to sacrifice like who he is at his core, like whatever that is. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I know he won't like he won't be able to do this for long because it's just not him and he has this like weird kind of like anti-hero thing
Mm-hmm.
that he has. And so it's like I just know he's going to break and he's going to be like reveal my secret, I guess, whatever. I've made my, like you said, my casket and I shall lie in it and
Right.
whatever. And like you will suffer the consequences because once you
Mm-hmm.
have nothing you're holding over my head, what's protecting you?
Right.
Vader? I think I think I'll be fine. I just
Mm-hmm.
tombstoned him. He's fine. And I also love the idea of how bratty it was that he sabotaged his own match.
Right.
Like just to like he was like, I'm just gonna punch Vader in the face because I don't feel like winning for
Right.
you.
He's like,
And that's
no.
a serve.
No, 100%.
Love that. I'm so excited to know what it is because one, I want to know if I'm right, and two, if I'm not, or if I am, I don't care. It's just exciting to
Mm-hmm.
see like the next huge plot point
Right.
to move the story. Like I'm
I'm
just
so excited.
so excited. I'm so excited. I can't
uh,
wait.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So on that note, this has been another exciting episode of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thank you so much for checking in, liking, subscribing, commenting, interacting with us wherever you find us. If you are new to wrestling, welcome. This is a great place to start. If you're not so new, welcome back. Enjoy some moments you may have forgotten about. And we will catch you next time.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.